Hello, so this video is going to focus on essential taxation skills for level 4. It will focus on the outcome of identifying the appropriate taxation system applicable to the business entity or the individual within the working environment. It will also address the outcome then of keeping accurate records to facilitate the completion of tax returns within the working environment as well. So for this demonstration, I have actually used a sample of a particular piece of work that I've completed for self-assessment then at the 31st of January 2017. So just a few key points just to go through is that this piece of work then is pertaining to the self-assessment for the year to April 2016. So anyone who is self-employed or is a director, they will have a UTR, and they are then required to submit a self-assessment for tax purposes. The deadline for the paper submission being the 31st of October 2016, and then the electronic version then being submitted for the 31st of January 2017. So in this case then records should be kept for 5 years after the deadline. And this particular example then is going to focus on, as I said earlier, a piece of work that I actually completed for a real life self-assessment. So just running through, the basis then of me completing any self-assessment for a client is to gather all information on income streams available to that client. Should that be through employment, should that be through rental income, self-employment, dividends or savings. The requirement then is to pull all these income streams together to provide then a gross income. So obviously maybe where a loss occurs, there are different treatments with losses and with trading losses and rental losses. However, just for demonstration purposes, I'm just going to run through this example then of a self-assessment and how different information has been collated to create then this calculation. So you'll see here they're going across, there's different tabs here for employment income, rental property expenses. And you'll note then just that there is employment income. So the employment income then has been verified by the P60, which was issued by this particular client's employer. Within the data pack then that this client provided, there was a P11D, which suggested then that there was a benefit in kind then of mileage allowance that was paid above the HMRC approved rate. So here then we see the £314. The client also received rental income of £5,400, which then gave us then a pooled gross income of £52,949.21. So like any good accountant, we're looking to reduce the tax liability as much as possible. And we have then looked to allowable expenses, which the client then is allowed to claim on their self-assessment. So these particular expenses being mortgage interest of the rental property, any charges relating to the rental management or rates, insurance, and then in particular then we have the 10% wear and tear, which actually ended at the 2016 tax year end. This then provided the pooled net income, and then we allowed then for the personal allowance. Now the personal allowance for 2015 to 2016 was $10,600. However, according to the P60 issued by this client's employer, his personal allowance then was $10,400, which then reduced this then to a taxable income of $35,531.36. Now we see then that this actually falls above the basic rate tax band, so this client then becomes a higher rate taxpayer. So based upon this, we have then fully utilised the first basic rate tax band then to the £31,785, and we've multiplied this then by 0.2 to give the figure of £6,357. Everything above that then fell into the higher rate tax band of 40%, on which this tax then was calculated at £1,498.54. giving us a total tax liability of £7,855.54. Much then to our client's delight, he already had tax paid at source of $8,373.40. So this actually put him into a refund position of tax then repayable to him of £517.86. So due to this repayment situation, this client won't have any tax to pay then on the 31st of January 2017, nor will he have to have any payments on account then until he is assessed in the following year, and depending on the calculation then based there, he may have to pay payments on account. So if I scroll back up to the top here, you'll just see as a rule of thumb that I've put these tax bands in here at the top just to keep myself right. And I've also made a little note to the side then for any queries that I have regarding any information that has been provided to me by the client, or any queries that I may want to discuss with my employer. So once I'm happy with all the calculations and satisfied that all the data has been provided to me, I would log on to HMRC, and at the moment I do have agent status where I can work as an agent then just for the clients on behalf of my employer. I would then go and submit the self-assessment data electronically on or before the 31st of January 2017, and having gone through the various stages of the self-assessment, I would then fully submit the tax return and inform my client of the tax liability they would have to pay. So this is just a short demonstration of essential taxation skills at level 4. I will look to seek to do more in-depth analysis then at level 5. Thank you for watching, and I hope what you have seen has demonstrated my knowledge and ability. Thank you.